So yeah, if you're still opening App Store Connect in a browser to ship your app after everything your agent just built for you, I don't know, man. Something's off, and I think you already know it. Okay, so if you've been building with Claude Code or Cursor or Codex for any real amount of time, you've probably noticed something. Your dev workflow is pretty automated at this point. Your agent handles code, tests, refactors, but then you finish a feature, builds clean, tests pass, and you go, all right, time to release. And you open a browser and you're back in App Store Connect, clicking through forms manually. And here's what I think most solo devs haven't stepped back to look at. Your release pipeline is the last fully manual workflow in your entire stack. You automated your code, your tests, probably your builds. But the App Store Connect layer, the metadata, the submissions, the test flight distribution, the pricing, that's still you in a browser clicking. And the reason nobody talks about it is because it's always been that way. But actually, wait, is that just the part nobody's bothered to fix yet? So there's this CLI called ASC, App Store Connect CLI, single go binary, no dependencies. And if you've ever dealt with Fastlane's dependency chain, you know why that matters. You install it with Brew and it just works. And it wraps the entire App Store Connect API, the whole thing, test flight, submissions, code signing, metadata, screenshots, provisioning profiles. And I'm scrolling through the site right now, and honestly, the surface area is serious. But here's the thing. A CLI by itself is cool, but that's not why I'm making this video. If you're already running AI coding agents, you know a CLI is just an interface your agent can talk to. And that reframes everything. Your agent learns the commands, not you. And suddenly that last manual layer in your pipeline, it's not manual anymore. Just real quick, I'm Daniel. I've been living in the iOS trenches for over 9 years. Started out freelancing, working with clients, bouncing between all sorts of projects. But after Dub 25, I went all in on solo dev life. Since then, I've crafted over 26 of my own apps, started building everything in public, and honestly, right now, pretty much all my energy goes into Crafter's Lab. And yeah, it isn't just another tutorial site or some AI clone farm. This is a live workshop. Slack is where I'm building in the open, agents in the mix, the crew right there with me. It's for solo devs who want to use AI like a real teammate, not a vending machine. If you're serious about building with care, you'll feel right at home. And yeah, if you're still hanging on with Patreon, huge thanks. But heads up, everything's moved over to crafterslab.dev. That's where it's all happening now, so come be part of the crew. Would love to have you building with us. Okay, so here's something I've been thinking about. There's this whole layer of work between your code and your revenue that has nothing to do with code. It's metadata, localization, pricing, and most of us treat it as an afterthought, but it's actually... Wait, let me back up. Every release you've got what's new section, and if your app supports multiple languages, which it should, the App Store is global, you need that what's new in every locale. And here's what most solo devs are doing, because I was doing the exact same thing. You paste your English text into ChatGPT, get a translation, copy it, go back to App Store Connect, find the right locale, paste, next language, copy, paste. And wait, did I do Portuguese already? Or was that... No, that was Italian, right? The AI was doing the hard part, the translation. But you were still the middleware, the human copy-paste layer between the language model and the API. That's not a workflow, that's a bottleneck you built yourself. With ASC, the agent talks directly to the API, pulls your metadata, knows your locales, pushes updates in one pass. And here's what actually matters. When localization is frictionless, you actually do it every release consistently. It's not a feature. It's a growth strategy most solo devs skip because the process was too annoying. That's leaving money on the table because of a friction problem, not a skill problem. And then there's PPP, purchasing power parity pricing. You adjust your price per territory based on local purchasing power. PPP pricing increases conversions in emerging markets without cannibalizing your core revenue, but almost nobody does it because in App Store Connect, you'd have to go territory by territory manually, and there are a lot of territories. So you should do it. You've read a thread about it, but you just don't release after release. Now your agent runs the entire pricing matrix, and suddenly a strategy that was theoretically smart but practically impossible for a solo dev is just a command. That's not a convenience improvement. That's a capability unlock. And I think most people are going to miss that distinction. So here's the part most people are going to scroll past. And it's the part that actually matters. The CLI itself is just plumbing. The real shift is the skill layer on top of it. Right now, your agent's world ends at your code base. It builds features, runs tests, maybe talks to Notion through an MCP. But when the code is done, there's a wall. The agent doesn't know test flight, doesn't know provisioning profiles, doesn't know how to submit a build for review. So you become the bridge between your agent's output and Apple's infrastructure. And that's a weird role to be playing in 2026. You're the glue layer between two automated systems that can't talk to each other. ASC has actual agent skills, the kind you'd install for a Claude Code or Cursor. You run ASC install skills, and your agent gets structured knowledge about the entire App Store Connect API surface. And here's the key distinction. This isn't the agent memorizing a man page. These are purpose-built skill files that give the agent context about when and why to use each capability. There's a difference between an agent that can run a command and an agent that understands the workflow around that command. And I think that difference is the whole point. What this means in practice, your agent goes from code to App Store in one session without a handoff. It builds the feature, runs tests, archives, uploads, pushes to test flight, syncs metadata, and it never leaves the session. The pipeline is continuous, and for solo devs running deep agent workflows, that continuity matters. Every handoff is a context break, and every time you leave the terminal, you're resetting your own mental state too, not just the agent's. And here's where I think this is actually heading. The boundary between development and deployment is dissolving for solo devs. We used to think of those as separate phases with separate tools, but when your agent has skills that span both, those phases merge. Shipping becomes the last step of building, not a separate workflow you context switch into. The solo devs who wire their release pipeline into the same agent context as their dev pipeline are going to operate at a fundamentally different speed. Not because the tool is magic, but because the architecture is right. Every handoff you eliminate compounds. And I'm not sure enough people are thinking about it that way yet, but I'd bet on it. So yeah, that's where I've landed on this. So yeah, if you're still here, honestly, you're a legend. And here's what I keep circling back to with this one. We spend so much energy dialing in our dev environments, getting Claude Code configured, writing .md files, tuning our agent workflows, and then we completely ignore the release side. Like half the job of shipping an app is everything that happens after the code is written. And most of us were just eating that time, clicking through App Store Connect release after release like there wasn't a better way. And now there is. And the best part is your agent doesn't need to learn a new trick. It just needs the skills installed. And it's when, if you want to actually go deeper, check out crafterslab.dev. I put real time into this, built it so that whether you're using Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, whatever comes next, it's not some tutorial dump. It's not another AI clone farm. This is a live workshop. I built it for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not just a button you smash when you're stuck. And, it's packed. You get full walkthroughs, like actual short video tutorials. And yeah, resources means straight up downloadable zips you can drop right into your project. Members get to riff in the comments, ask follow-ups, go back and forth. and it all syncs straight to Slack, so the conversation just keeps going. And yeah, Slack's the real workshop. Crew's in there, agents are in there. It's like everyone's just building in the same room, and that's just the start, because the real core is the Notion team spaces. My live playbook, members get a front row seat to my command center, every app I'm building, workflows, ideas, all the .md files I'm actually using on real projects, the docs I'm writing as I go, and all the automations I'm wiring up behind the scenes. There's a full curated Swift and Swift UI library team space too, not just some pile of old auto-generated files, but real up-to-date stuff. It's packed with the kind of deep dive keynotes and private talks I paid some $100 for, honestly. You won't find any of this in the public training data. My AI skills for complex UI animation. This is all the modern. I use myself to power up agents, fine-tune models, and build out my own custom MCPs for Claude Code, for Cursor, all of it. There's a bunch of different ways to use it, and I'm always experimenting, always posting about it in the lab. And then there's Ops Lab. It's where I build and share all my Notion AI agent instructions, Notion templates, the workflows, automations all wired up and ready for you to copy, tweak, totally break, and make your own. The whole point is to keep the indie stack connected so you don't feel like you're building in a silo, even if you're solo at the keyboard. So, yeah. If you want to get in before it gets busy and prices start moving, now's kind of the sweet spot. The crew's still small, super hands-on, and honestly, it feels way more like a behind-the-scenes dev lounge than some giant faceless forum. Would love to see you in there. Swap some stories, maybe even learn something from what you're building next. Keep crafting, keep shipping, and let your agent handle the release. Peace.